Credit to Seton Hall, they did a great job. Their zone bothered us the majority of the game. And you combine that with the amount of turnovers that we had that led to points. To me, that was the biggest difference in the game. We have turned into a really good free throw shooting team. I think we're first in the Big East in free throw percentage. But today it was a subpar effort at the line. We go 57%. And again, we turn the ball over as many times as we did, and I don't mean dead ball turnovers, steals that lead to easy points for the opponent. We just put ourselves behind the 8 ball, and not a good performance.
How would you assess the defense today, just knowing that was a big focal point coming in?
Not good enough to win.
What about three-point shooting? Did you feel like you had good opportunities down the stretch?
No, I thought in the last 2 or 3 minutes we took some shots that we need to get better looks in the last 2 or 3 minutes of a close ball game. Just because it's a 5-point game or a 7-point game, you don't start swinging for the fences. You go with base hits, and you try to get it back by 2 points at a time. You execute your way out of trouble. You don't try to shoot your way out of trouble. That's what we did. We tried to do.
Do you expect to see a lot more zone from teams down the stretch in the Big East?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a true zone. They did a really good job of matching up. So it was sort of a hybrid between zone and man. And our job wasn't necessarily to identify it or diagnose the problem. It was solve the problem. We didn't do a good enough job of that. And when our guards, our starting backcourt goes for 10 turnovers, it doesn't matter if they're in zone, man. You're going to have a tough time, winning the game. And I think, again, when those turnovers result in easy baskets the other way, or 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s, spray out 3-point shots, you're going to have a tough time stopping the other team defensively.
Coach, knowing the premium on winning road games in the Big East, to lose one at home, does it hurt more? Does it mean more when you lose a home game in the Big East? Well, it just hurts, period, when you lose. A game coming in, we felt we were ready to play, but the first 4 or 5 minutes, it was pretty apparent, at least from my vantage point, that we weren't. And so that's really disappointing, whether it's home or away. This is the first home game we lost all year. It's not a good feeling. And so we headed the road on Monday against Villanova.
From a coaching standpoint, how do you start pushing buttons? Or where do you go to?
I just go back to my office and I watch film and try to figure out how to make our team better.
Don't look for home runs, like you're saying. You start going back to the basics.
Just got to give the team what it needs, and we got to figure out what we have to get better at. And we need our upperclassmen and the players that have scholarships here to help figure out the deal. And it starts with their effort and their understanding of what we're trying to get done. Tough.
What do you want to see different Monday night, Coach, compared to today?
Well, when you play a top 10 or whatever they are team in the country on their court, you better be ready to play. And again, I think, no disrespect to Seton Hall, but the first 3 or 4 minutes, I didn't feel like our team was ready to play. When Fuquan Edwin is coming off stagger screens, and it's almost like we have no idea that he's coming off stagger screens, getting 3-point shots early in the game. And we go for shot fakes. Alda, who shot fakes every time he touches the ball, and it was talked about. And that attention to detail, that readiness to play, wasn't where it needed to be. It better be there on Monday night, because if it's not, we're going to be in trouble.
know,